Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edin, and this is the podcast Growcast, the revenue-driven marketing podcast. And in this episode, I'm going to talk with you about izzedo. So izzedo Chat is one tool which we as an agency are using in our daily operating business. And in that video, I like to talk about some specific features with you, about one automation feature and about the connector feature. So if you like to check how to use izzedo from the beginning, from the scratch, you can check this podcast episode, which I have linked in my episode, and then you can take a look how to use this. But in that video, I'm going to show you now what I'm doing at the moment when I'm using that tool. So now you can see the desktop application, which is one of that major updates. So you can launch now izzedo Chat on your Mac or on your Windows device. And I pretty like this desktop application because it makes me much easier to work on it instead of my browser like Google Chrome. So here you can see now my models. I'm still using now Grok 4.3, which is the latest model from Grok. And if I'm opening this, then you can see here some orange colors behind those models, which means those models are added few days ago. So you can add a project very easy here if you're clicking on new project, and then you can type in the name, the AI system prompt, your project memory, etc. But I'm opening now my LinkedIn project, and then I'm clicking here on settings. And when I'm clicking on settings, I can see now my details here. So when I'm going to automations, I have added there a daily posting automation, which means daily at 10:30 European time. So the last one was 5 hours ago. The next is tomorrow. It's active. I can build my automations. So how this is working? So you're clicking on new automations, then you can name it like daily LinkedIn postings generator. Then you can select the model. I have selected Grok 4.3. And then my message was, I will show you that in the next step, what I'm doing. And then I like to have it daily, for example, at 10:30. And then I can also activate my web search tools, agent mode. I can also activate if I'm using something in Notion, if I like to have an updated weekly report about my SEO performance and I like to add it in my Notion board, so I can do that as well. Or if I have any spreadsheets which I like to upload or rewrite, and the same things for Microsoft Teams, OneDrive and HubSpot. So this means I can also making a daily analyzing of my pipeline, and then I can connect HubSpot, and that's perfect. So now when I'm writing, please update my pipeline, all new meetings which are scheduled, select in the pipeline meetings. So you have to change the pipeline from sales pipeline to meeting pipeline and update the spreadsheet from Google Drive, which is named XYZ. And please update all those things from the spreadsheet to my HubSpot account in my pipeline. That's a great workflow. So I'm going to show you this one. That's for my LinkedIn posting. So write me a daily LinkedIn post ready to copy and paste from my account. So please take care about the knowledge base, type it correctly. All instruction and memory about writing style and topic, write in English. We are outreaching now a lot of CEOs, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so then you can write here everything there what you want to have. And then you click on save. And then I have here my knowledge base, which is here. And then I have here my project memory and my AI system prompt. And one of them was today. So daily post at 10:30. One information before I'm going to show you. This automation was just created to show you how it works. If I'm doing this in detail version, I'm giving the initial message more context and better learnings and better input, because this was a fast way just to test the automation. So this is like, okay, my automation was kicked in and then I'm getting this out. Just to show you, if you don't take care about your prompt and if you write it in that way, like I was writing them for testing to show you, then you will get not that response back, which is very high quality. So you have to put more input and you have to put more context inside. You can describe it in every detail as you want. So this is working pretty fine. So tomorrow it's gonna be there again and I have to re-update it. I can also reprompt this with another AI engine. So I have generated this with Grok. So I can say I like to use now GPT 5.5, and then I can reprompt it, and then I can compare both versions. The second feature, which I'm using a lot, is how to use izzedo chat with tools like Notion and HubSpot, your CRM. So I have created in my Notion account a content plan. It's like a page which is private, and I'm updating this. So I was not so happy with my content and with my traffic in the end of the day. And I was asking izzedo to research for me in the internet those transactional content parts which we can update. So I was running that prompt, and then I was connecting to my Notion account, and then izzedo is generating me now the status quo, which means this is your content actually from Notion. And then I was updating also some other details, like I was connecting Windsor AI and Google Search Console. I give them context to analyze my data from Windsor AI and from GSC, from the Google Search Console. And it's getting me like, okay, this is your position, how many clicks, how many impressions, because I was not so happy. More people are coming just to inform themselves. So, but we're getting pretty nice inbound leads. So I was thinking about, okay, let's change some stuff here to get more inbound leads. And then I was typing in, okay, asking to analyze my Google My Business account, my top keywords, my pipeline data, and then like priority based ideas. And I was pretty happy and surprised at the same time what izzedo was generating for me. Then, you have the comparison, like what was before and what should be there based on all my data. And then I was asking again, I'm not so happy with this plan, blah, blah, blah. I don't like to get rankings for online marketing agency in Vienna, because we are not doing online marketing agency stuff. We are doing revenue marketing stuff for B2B companies, especially for SaaS, IT, tech, and some other B2B solutions. And then I was asking to rewrite it and rework it. So demand capture, solution aware, problem aware. So I get really nice feedback and really nice updates back to my response. And as you can see, then I say, okay, you can add it all into my Notion account. So perfect, batch 1, batch 2 is done. So we have everything optimized, blah, blah, blah. And then I was asking again, you should analyze HubSpot, and you should, so our HubSpot account, and give me a strategy to close the deals better and how we can build more pipeline with a strategy. So one of that goals why I was asking this, the acquisition strategy was pretty nice. But especially for our strategy for the rest of the year and for the next years, I was thinking about, okay, we have to work on more priorities and on our top ICPs. So and we like to close even those deals better, which means higher prices, higher outputs, better case studies, what we can show. So yeah, and then you have to think about, okay, how can you close higher tickets instead of dead tickets which you have offering? And then everything is there. So I get my response back, and then I ask izzedo, please open HubSpot and analyze HubSpot total. Yeah, and now I'm not gonna show you everything in detail, because now you can see what deals we have won, what we have lost, etc. By the way, we have lost not so much. We have won all of those in the most of that time. So everything was reviewed. And then after all this conversation, I'm getting back to a clear strategy. And then I updated also my pipeline. And the last point, which I like also to point it out. Now, we have created later another chat which was optimizing us for all this stuff like rebuilding our pipeline. So we have one sales pipeline, and then we have a pipeline just for booked meetings, positive feedbacks, one close, ask for offering, because we have a new employee and a personal assistant, and they are managing, for example, my LinkedIn account. So we are doing their outreach a little bit. And then my assistant is making some phone calls, and, then we are measuring this all stuff. So what we have done in our work based on all this setup. So we have an Excel sheet, for example, Google Doc sheet, name it. And there we are typing in everything. So name, company, notes, etc., etc. And all of these things, are written manually by my assistant after every phone call, etc. And we upload it to Google Drive, and we upload it also on Microsoft Office on OneDrive. And then I was connecting all these tools. So we are using now one specific platform like Google Drive. And then I was asking izzedo to analyze that spreadsheet where we can optimize our workflow, how we can get more meetings booked by phone calling, etc. And then I asked izzedo especially to build all that stuff what we have in this spreadsheet in my pipeline. So I need a new pipeline, and I need meetings booked. I need everything there what I have in this spreadsheet but displayed in my HubSpot account. So I can switch the pipeline. I can see in one view, can I see how many deals we have, how many we have won, lost, meetings, etc. I can switch to booked meetings, to positive feedbacks, etc. And then I can ask izzedo every time to update this, to check that sheet, and to update all of those informations to my HubSpot account. And this is working pretty nice. So, and the craziest part of all of these things is you can use multiple AI engines. So I'm doing stuff like researches with Gemini Internet. I'm doing it with Perplexity Deep Research. I'm doing this with, I don't know, from Claude, GPT. I'm using every of those tools for my research to collecting my data, and then I'm building it with my specific AI engines or asking to reprompt which version is better for that. And that's the easiest workflow. So we are pretty happy, and the pricing, it's crazy affordable. So you can start for free, or you can pay like we are paying $12 per month per seat, which is ridiculous cheap because you have a lot of multiple engines. You can use all these 20 plus AI engines, premium models in your conversation in one task without losing your context. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. So I'm supporting that tool as much as I can. So I will do a lot of reviews. I'm showing you all some other stuffs, what we are doing in the background with izzedo Chat. And if you like to understand more how it works, you can also stay in touch with me. So thanks for watching, stay tuned, and check all that links in the show notes because you can test izzedo also for free, and you can use it for free, of course. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and see you next time. Bye.